on our new map, Entombed Valley. So we'll see what these guys have planned for this map. This map is a 4-player map. There's this watchtower in the center. There's a third base that's really close. Similar to what I was talking about earlier, it doesn't have rocks on it, but there's rocks blocking it off to easy access. So if you're LosirA, you can take a fast third base there, for example, but if you want to be able to defend it easily, you'll have to destroy the rocks. So it's an interesting concept of rock blocking, where you can still make the actual structure at the location, but you have to destroy the rocks to make sure that you're safe. And looks like a little bit of hesitation from LosirA trying to decide whether he wants to go for pool first or hatch first. And will decide to, looks at things, go hatchery first. Checks with his drone first to make sure no shenanigans are going on. Meanwhile, top looks like he's going to be going for a 1 barracks expand. No gas is taken whatsoever by top. So we're going to have a macro-oriented game. This is a ladder map. I believe not altered in any way, shape, or form by the GSL. Now, top has almost enough resources to get that command center. He's got to, of course, make his orbital and his marine first, but he's going to be banking up a lot of resources very soon to make that command center. The question is, will he make it on the high ground or will he make it on the low ground? Probably will make it on the high ground to be safe, but it's entirely possible he decides to go for the low ground instead. We've seen a lot of Terrans try to start going for that low ground expansion. Do see that there is a neutral depot at the bottom of the ramp. That's one change from the actual ladder map, and he does make the command center on the low ground. There is a secondary ramp for this map, so it's going to be pretty easy for him to hold that. Immediately double gases, pretty common to see after a 1 barracks expand. LosirA checked around with that drone, made sure no bunkering was going on. Top's actually going to get his first glimpse now of the hatchery. He's going to know it's a hatch first. And come into the main base. Zergling's going to pop out to greet him, though, so he's not going to get a ton of scouting. But he will be able to see separately from the other players we've seen play today, like, for example, his first opponent, Leonok. It's not going to be hatch first into greedy gas and then pool. It was pool immediately following the hatchery. The top does make a bunker at the top of his ramp just to make sure that he can be safe against any possible heavy-ling follow-up. Does not want to get caught off guard. Because even with that high ground ramp, if your opponent makes a ton of lings crazily, you know, got to be careful of that. Got to have that bunker just in case. Gives your Marines extra range. I like this. Actually cleans up almost all those Zerglings. Gets 3. Does not get the 4th one. And LosirA does not get a lot of scouting with that. Reactor goes down. Looks like he's going to follow this up with Reactor Hellions. Very common to see this type of follow-up. And even put some pressure on with these Marines. May catch an Overlord. He knows since his opponent does not have gas, he's not going to have Zergling speed just yet. So I like this pressure. He knows that even if he gets caught in the middle of the map, he can trade pretty efficiently with good micro. Even if it's 10 lings to 4 Marines, the Marines will kill a decent amount of Zerglings with good control. Decides to back up, though. We'll see when... Ooh, I like this. This is a top strategy. Top loves to do this fast third command center in all sorts of matchups, but especially in this one. It's really his style. It's fairly risky, but with good Hellion control, if you can control the center of the map with those, and keep his opponent guessing, that third command center can go fairly unnoticed for quite some time. I say fairly unnoticed, but I mean completely unnoticed. You can't kind of notice a command center. It's like, well, is it there or is it not? Refinery actually stopped mining gas, interestingly, by top to get a few extra minerals out to make that command center by the looks of things, and also to support his Hellions. It may even be that he wants to power up some more barracks very soon as well with those extra minerals. We'll see what he's got in mind. He hasn't destroyed his rocks yet either. He's going to need to do that to make sure he can ensure a safe defense. And indeed, he is going to start powering up, adding more barracks. Nice creep spread coming out from LosirA. We saw time and time again. He did great creep spread against Marine King, and he's just going to continue this against his new opponent, Top. Top going to go up here, take the watchtower with these Hellions, and probably scouted at that moment that there's no Zergling speed for LosirA, so that's really going to make him a little bit excited about what he can do with these Hellions. He's going to be able to slow down this creep spread quite a bit. He's going to be able to scan and kill tumors, which is really important for him considering that LosirA's strategy, you know, part of his playstyle is his really strong creep spread, so if you can eliminate that with good targeting. Notice he targeted down one that would allow him to hit 2 at a time there. If you can really slow that down, it's going to help him out quite significantly. Reactor going down on the factory now for Marine King, or excuse me, for Top. He's going to do a switch fairly soon. Let those start getting medevacs out. His tech is actually going up quite quickly here, as he's also adding 2 engineering bays to get those upgrades for his infantry. 5 Marines at a time being produced right now. He's going to perhaps kill this Queen. I don't think so, not quite. Well, there's no other Queen to help her out, so I guess, yes, the Queen is going to die. A little bit odd. Does take out the tumor as well. So you guys can see kind of how things are falling together in top space. The Baneling Nest finishing up right with the lair for LosirA. And he actually not quite taking his 3rd base. So Top with that 3rd command center up, he's made it into an orbital. He's going to have a really good economy for a while. He's going to be able to explode with his marine production. And he scans, sees the lair is done. He's going to know, okay, Baneling speed's going to come out here pretty soon. I'm going to have to be worrying about a Spire fairly soon. And both of those, as I say it, come up, as well as Burrow. So Baneling speed, Burrow, and Spire all in the way. No control here by Top, but it looks like the Hellions traded fairly efficiently either way. But a good surround by LosirA, and Top now destroying these rocks to make sure that his command center is going to be safe. He can also transfer workers there at a much more efficient rate as well with those rocks being gone. And if he wants to, he can even put depots in between there, raise them and lower them to kind of control the flow. You can see LosirA destroying his own rocks now. Preparing to take that 3rd base. And his Spire getting pretty close to being done, about halfway to 2/3 now. +1 Carapace finished up as well. Notice a lot of Zergs getting that +1 Carapace these days to help deal with the Marines. 1/1 is already on the way though for Top. When he hits that 1/1, his Marines are going to be very strong, very difficult to deal with. He may have to lift up here. There's a lot of Zerglings. And he's going to stem. And does decide to lift up, saving almost all of his Marines. But this 3rd base has kind of been scouted now. I don't know if he exactly saw the command center, but he's going to know it's there. Takes out the 2 Marines on the watchtower as well. LosirA staying a little bit ahead in supply here, but as far as tech and upgrades go, Top is really on top of things, if you will. His armory coming up here to finish as soon as, around the same time that his 1/1 finished, so just about afterwards. He's going to get 2/2. He can afford it now, so he missed his time on that just a little bit, but that's okay. He's going to get 2/2 up pretty quick. +2 Carapace is already on the way for LosirA, but he does not have +1 for his Zerglings just yet. There's now the 3rd base going down for LosirA. He's double expanding, though, taking the top right 3rd as well. A lot of tumors cleared up. But look at that, man. LosirA is actually spreading creep all the way to Top's base. It's like knocking on his natural door. So he's really going to have to start dealing with that, because LosirA is going to be able to just counterattack like crazy. Really fast reinforcing counterattacks on that creep. Not only is the counterattack going to be quite good, but he's going to see every move out that Top tries to make. If he can get his creep just a little bit further to the watchtower, he's absolutely going to see it. As you guys just saw by the observers highlighting, it's 2/2 on the way for Top, as well as +1 for his vehicles. A few more Baneling landmines being set up for LosirA. A drop is going to shut down this top right base. He's going to have to cancel that. His units are way out of position. He's going to try to send his Zerglings to save this, but I don't think it's going to be enough with +1 on those Marines, and a full drop definitely going to have to be canceled. Does cancel it, loses the drone, and going to pick up immediately here. Killing a few Zerglings as well. Could have. Decides not to. And the drop will be cleaned up. Nice immediate drop there. Actually going to scare these mutas away. And the muta's actually running away because he knows that if Top wanted to target a few of those mutas down. Nice control there. Clean the drop up. Marine's starting to come across the creep here. And scan goes off. It's actually perhaps a changeling, hard to say. No, No, it is just Top's Marine that was... He's a lonely Marine. He wasn't a changeling. Another drop cleaned up here without doing too much damage. The drones were pulled. Nice reaction by LosirA. Right now, Top's supply getting a little bit ahead. The reason why is because he was able to sneak that third command center and get that third command center up very early compared to his opponent. Now, Top is going to move across the center of the map, but Baneling Landmine misses. And scans go down. He's clearing up some more of those mines, some tumors as well. Doing a great job clearing up that creep. That's what he really needs to do right now, but LosirA's got a scary army. He's really good at flanking here. The middle of the map is very wide open. If Top just tries to move out, if LosirA's got a flank set up, he will crush that army. +1 melee on the way for LosirA right now. You see 2-2 about to finish for the infantry of Top. He's got enough turrets to scare these mutas off. Marines already coming back into the main. Looks like he may kill a reactor or two. Almost getting that reactor. Will it be repaired? It's hard to say. The Thor and the rest of those Marines do chase out the mutas. He does force a few stims. Overlords spot this drop. Meanwhile, it looks like LosirA's top right base has been retaken. It's going to finish this time. +1 carapace for the mutas coming out. +1 finishing for the ground units as well. And LosirA is a little bit behind as far as upgrades go and as far as tech goes. But he's got a maxed out army now. His creep has been somewhat eliminated. He's going to have to defend this third base. This is a really scary moment. He's got to send a ton of his units back to defend this drop. And meanwhile, Top is moving across the map, clearing up so many creep tumors, splitting his Marines for the Banelings. And this is a scary moment for LosirA for sure. He's going to try to do a crazy flank here. There's siege tanks set up though. Oh, the Marine's getting trapped! And not the best detonations there for LosirA, but it doesn't matter because it looks like at the end of the day, he cleans up everything. Drops though, killing off drones over here at the left side of the map. He's going to pick it up and go into the main. Now, may be able to get the Spire if he targets it, but I don't think so. There's too many units. Siege tanks misrallied across the map, and a huge counterattack now for LosirA. He raises the depots, but that bunker's not going to be around for much longer, and it looks like Top may actually just die here as more Banelings roll through. Actually just going to go right for the depots and SCVs. Just attacking whatever he wants at this point, going for add-ons, killing the engineering bay. Doesn't really matter. The production's severely limited now from Marine King. A huge Zergling follow-up to this. And I think Top is going to be taken out here. GG. LosirA takes game 1. See you guys in just a few moments after the break.